Big up yourself wherever you are. It's time to get into conversation. And of course, it's on my grind. And on the line, we've got Leila. Leila, good morning.
Good morning. Hi,
How,
Kwambox.
how are you?
I'm fine. You?
We are
Good.
great. We're here with Brian Mbunde, and we're so grateful that you took the time out to share with us what it is that you do.
Thank you so much for the invite.
So let's get right
Yeah.
into it. Leila, what
Yes.
is your organization? For those who don't know, the organization is Kenya Mental Health First Aid Organization. Says making a difference. What is that about?
Kenya Mental Health First Aid Organization is all about mental wellness. We care about people wellness. And what we try to do, we do early interventions, because by the time you reach into that state of taking antidepressants, the community and individuals, caregivers need to understand
Yeah.
what are the warning signs, what is it that is happening to you that you don't understand, because mental health issues, we have issues that can be seen earlier, and when early intervention is taught outside there, it will be safe for everyone, because everyone's mental health right now is at stake. It doesn't choose. It's not like a headache. You won't wake up to a headache and take your maramoja or something, but mental health is something that piles up, and a step by step, someone will start having signs that can be seen. And if we learn that, we can save the community, individuals, and people around us.
All right. So what you guys do is train communities?
Yeah, so right now we are having a voluntary program where we are going down into the vulnerable communities, because I'm trying to imagine how many people have even internet or just a smartphone to access some things. So that is why we are going deep into the vulnerable communities to talk to them, to teach them about mental wellness, some warning signs, coping skills during the pandemic, resilience, all that in one, because many people don't have an idea what mental health is. Even describing the word mental health is not easy. And youth are also part of us, because youth are affected even more, especially teenagers. So you'll find that many parents are staying with their children, but they're not understanding what is happening to them. Many will say this is adolescence, you get it. So you find that these things will show themselves when someone is around 24. Now they explore, because right now they have a lot of societal pressure, education pressure, peer pressure. There's a lot. They're trying to find themselves. And right now, if they don't get away, if we don't get away to look out on our children, because a first aider, Kenya Mental Health First Aider is anyone. It can be me, it can be you, Kwambox, it can be Brayo. It's the caregiver also, because if someone is staying with you in the same roof and does not understand what is happening, who will look out for them? Apart from that, we also have specialists on board who are working with us. We refer people, because for us, it's the first aid, the early intervention.
Yeah, because that's the next question I wanted to ask. Are there professionals who work with you in this journey? Shed a light for the people who are tuned in right now. With the organization, what are some of the top mental health disorders that you feel like Kenyans need to know about immediately? These are the ones that you interact with regularly.
Okay, what I've seen right now that is at the rise is there is suicide, there is depression, and there is anxiety, and also people are not realizing that autism is on the rise. I was just surprised the other time I went at the social hall in Githurai, and I had these ward leaders who are heading communities who have children with mental health difficulties or cerebral palsy, and so much more. Then I came to learn that these communities are big. They're under umbrellas. Like one leader talks about having a group of even 700 parents with children with disabilities. You're wondering, oh my God, this has been there. So that is why I had to go deep inside there and see what is happening. And these people, their plight need to be heard. Because like 3 weeks ago, they lost a child because they lacked some medicine, cerebral palsy or something for seizures. So it's a challenge everywhere. You go everywhere, we have different stories. We go somewhere, we have teenagers with pregnancies. A class 5 child is pregnant. And right now it's on the rise. It's rising, and it's scary to the community. So with that happening, what are we doing? What are we doing as Kenya Mental Health? We are going down there to get these vulnerable children who talk to them, because they need support despite everything. What has happened. What are we doing to make them better people? Because it's not the end of the world, but they need to rise. And we need to understand what is the cause of all this. What is happening to Kenya? What is happening?
Leila, when we come back, I want to hear how you got involved, because you sound so passionate. I want to hear your backstory, how you got involved with Kenya Mental Health First Aiders. Do not touch that dial. Keep it right here. We got Leila, and she is part of the Kenya Mental Health First Aid Organization. And I'm going to read something that is on their website. Okay? When a loved one has cancer, families rally around. They cook, clean, drive their loved ones to doctor's appointments, and much more. But when someone is struggling with depression, anxiety, trauma, or other mental conditions, family members are not sure what to do.
Stay with the reggae rhythm. It's the inspiration sent from the king.
This is Morning Vibes with your captain of good vibes. They call me Kwambox.
And Brand Mbunde here in studio. And online we have Kenya Mental Health First Aid Organization, Leila Kisia.
Yes, and she's here with us. Leila, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Asante sana for holding the line. We are ready to hear more from you. Speaking of mental health,
around 1 month ago, the Health CS came out and said around 4 people out of 10 suffer from a common mental disorder. What causes the mental health issues in terms of, let's say, something like substance abuse or PTSD?
Okay, first of all, people need to understand that mental health difficulties come differently, and it happens differently to everyone. So number one, it can be through the genes. That is number one. Number two, we have environment. Environment also can bring these issues. Another thing that you should know is your past. Whatever has ever happened to you can bring you down to this cycle of thoughts, and you find yourself in any of the mental health, depending on which one is it. Maybe depression, anxiety, depending on what happens.
Leila, I want us to narrow down on that one, because I know that one is a big one, and a lot of people don't really understand what that means. So, kunaweza tufafanulia kidogo?
Okay, number one, like right now when we talk about the pandemic, now we have the secondary stressors apart from the main stressors.
No, Leila, I'm talking about, sorry to cut you short. I'm talking about the part where you said your past.
Your past.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now
I got you right. Okay. So your past experiences, anything can happen to anyone, anywhere, depending on what happened to you. Maybe let me talk about domestic violence, because this is something that I've handled recently. So there's this small kid, a 2-year-old, who is not able to talk.
Yes.
And the reason is trauma, whatever is happening in that house. This kid, even if you shout a little bit, they come and cuddle near you, look down, they can't look at you.
Wow.
So small things like those, people don't know. Like, people don't know that 50% of children staying in homes with domestic violence are very valuable to have anything to do with mental health difficulties from trauma.
So they're
it's
susceptible.
Really possible. Yeah.
Wow.
It's very, very possible.
Leila, you're basically, there's a lot of people, families, fathers, mothers who are listening to you right now, because in the previous hour they were pissed at me trying to introduce homeschooling. You're saying that the actions that are going down in the house, apparently maybe a father comes home, he's upset, the food is not ready, starts shouting at the mother, that has a direct impact on the child.
It has a direct impact. Many people don't know that. And these things affect the kid with time. That is why when you see people grow, they are like, enyewe, my past. This used to happen. This used to happen. And it affects someone. That is trauma already.
Yeah.
Yeah. And right now there's a lot of miscommunications in the houses. Everyone is frustrated, and people should just learn on how to communicate. So when we go to places where we are dealing with gender-based violence, we teach a little communication skills, how to communicate in the house, how to coexist at the moment. And right now also many people are dying inside. I know we'll not be able to reach so many people, but I hope if someone is around somewhere, help whoever is around you. Yeah.
And that's where you come in with the mental health first aid, because here's a scenario where Brian opens up to me, and actually this happened to a friend of mine, and just about 2-3 weeks ago, a friend of theirs, someone called them and told them out of the blue too, picked up the phone and called them and told them, I'm going to end my life.
Wow.
And of course, this is a big responsibility put in this person's arms, that they must save this person. If that happens to, if that happens to me, someone calls me and tells me, I want to end my life, how should I handle that?
Number one, we have the emergency calls that people should know about this emergency calls that they need to reach out. Like for example, Red Cross has 1199. Talk to someone. Just talk to someone. We have emergency. We always share on our pages for also any kind. If you need someone to talk to, because right now people don't understand you need someone to talk to. Because having a session does not mean you have a mental health difficulty. It doesn't mean that. It means you need someone to talk to avoid falling into these things. And some people right now, I'm afraid to say we are at stake. All of us are at stake, because at times everything is also overwhelming for me personally. Because when you stand outside there, people think, this one is so mentally stable. We have our bad days, we have our good days. But it doesn't mean you have a mental health difficulty. What it means is that, how long has this thing taken? How long are you being pressed down? That is the question.
Like that. Leila, we got to take another short commercial break, and tupumue kidogo, especially for the ones who are tuned in right now and you're feeling, because the reality is there could be someone who's listening to us right now na amechukua hiyo rat ndio anaenda kuweka kwa mdomo, ndio hiyo kamba amefunga hapo, lakini anasikia sauti yako. And I want to tell you, this song is for you. Third World featuring Damia Junior Gong Marley, You're Not Alone.
Stay with the reggae rhythm. It's the inspiration sent from the king.
Third World music. I love this song, and it goes out to all our MVPs, especially if you're feeling like you're in a tight space, maze, ita pita, but don't end your life. It's Morning Vibes with your captain of good vibes. They call me Kwambox.
And Brand Mbunde here in studio.
And shout out to all our MVPs. You're the reason we're here. Imagine, Bereka ingekuwa nyinyi, si tungekuwa tu kwa kitanda. Mimi ningekuwa sahi deep. Ninangorota nangorotanga.
Kwambox kidogo karibu drown kwa sababu mate imeslide kwa mdomo yote, karibu drown.
I don't do. Mimi nachukua mate yangu yote naeka side alafu ningekuwa kwa kitanda.
Unalala bila meno Kwambox?
Lala.
Unazitoa.
Can you stop? Wewe acha kuambia watu, unajua nilisikia 58 and above hawafai kwa out of the house.
Lakini sasa wanaambiwa waende kwa kazi.
Unless ni anesthesia warudi job. All right, we're talking about mental health awareness, and of course on the line
we have Leila. We have Leila, who's from Kenya Mental Health First Aid Organization. By the way, shout out to Shiro Seles up on Facebook. Anasema Nairobi tuned in. Good job Leila. She's my colleague at KMHFA.
Yay.
That talk goes straight to my heart.
Big up yourself. Who else do we have? I saw a question coming in. Leila, do we still have you on the line?
I'm here.
It's good to have you. Thank you so much. I know that a lot of people are resonating with the conversation. Gordon here says he's live from Turkey. We got Ward says Kahawa and Danny Barracks locked. Also just listening. We are out here and we are so lonely. We are missing our wives.
Okay.
Oh.
That's what he's saying. And you see, and that is an important thing. It's important.
Yeah, it's very important.
How many times do you see wa soldiers maze mse amekuwa kwa base the whole time, akifika home anapata bibi yake mtu mwingine amepita na yeye? What do you expect?
Stress.
Yeah. So being away from your family, there's all these people who are listening in different capacities. You might think that being away from your wife is the best thing. Lakini kuna mwingine yeye ana struggle. Kuna mwingine anasema what? So nipatie nafasi uone kasi chukua. So Before we, of course, wrap this conversation up, how do people get in touch with your because you do trainings, right?
Yeah, we do training. Yeah, so people can get in touch through our inbox at Facebook, because right now it's overwhelming to give out a number.
Yeah.
So we request for the inbox. We come to your community, because I work with community leaders. They organize everything to ensure safety, social distance. Wash your hands, guys. Sanitize. Yes. It's still important. So when we reach out there, we don't interact like closely. We are taking the government measures. That is very important. People should understand that.
Yeah.
And another thing that I should let people know, follow our page, go into our inbox, request where you are, get a community where we can reach you, because we are trying our best to reach as many people as we can. Because right now we have had partnerships with so many people. This week we are going to Wings of Hope.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, every week we make sure we do something for someone to ensure that they feel better about themselves. Because by the time someone reaches that point of committing suicide, you can't wake up and commit suicide.
Yeah.
Kwambox. This is something that has been there, that has been
You've been
eating
thinking
you
about
up.
it, yeah.
Yeah, you for a while, not 2 days, not 3 days. So people should also be listening. People to stop being judgmental.
Yeah.
Listen, these people need you.
Leila, there's a lot of parents who are listening in right now. A lot of people with family members. You got brothers, you got sisters, you got a girlfriend, you got a boyfriend. And we're seeing stats. Each year, 1 in 4 Kenyans will experience mental illness. Is this true?
Yeah, it's true.
1 in every 4 Kenyans.
Yeah, will experience that. And before the COVID, we had around 450 million people worldwide with mental health difficulties.
450 million.
Worldwide.
Million.
And that is like 1 year ago, yes.
Wow.
Like 1 year ago.
So it's something that everybody
As we are
needs
talking
to
right
embrace.
now, yeah, everyone needs to embrace, everyone needs to be educated and stop the stigma. Mambo ya kusema watu wamerogwa, stop it. Stop the stigma and discrimination, because you can imagine what is happening to people's world. And what once you understand how your brain works, how this thing affects your brain, you will learn to understand what is happening inside these people's brains. So please take care of them. Love them, embrace them, and learn. And every day we always post intervention. So if you're feeling low, if you feel like you're not yourself, always check up our pages. There's always an intervention somewhere. And another thing is that a vision. When you have a vision, and this is the time, I always tell people everywhere you go, this is the time to find yourself. There's something in you, you are worthy, and you have a purpose. Once you find it, you're good to go. COVID got nothing on you. Just stand up for yourself. Find yourself again. Don't feel like you're not worth it or anything.
Leila, we got to take some phone calls. But before we do that, could you give us like, we got families, family friends, you know, the parents who got kids. And you're saying that as early as 2 years old, someone can be suffering from mental, disorder.
As early as that, because it has happened, like, please. Stay in peace. When you have your arguments, hide it.
Yeah.
Stop exposing these kids to so much, because with time, they affect these kids.
How does a parent identify that their child is struggling with something?
You should. These parents should understand that this is how children grow. And as we talk right now, there are some developmental disorders that start inborn. There's ADHD, there's autism. Those are different, but you should also see what is happening to your child. When you're ukilea mtoto tafadhali, just check what is happening to your child. Imefika hii time and there are some things that they are not doing. Please, let them get early therapy.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah. So that we serve children outside there, because autism is on the rise.
Yeah.
I'm also having a plan to go somewhere where we have 50 kids in one place. I didn't know. In fact, it's 60 having autism.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Like one place. So I'm also calling out on people, anyone who wants to be part of us, get in touch. We are looking for sponsors, anything you want to see. Like, we invite you, but of course in bid.
Yeah. We got to take a call. Ras Uche. Ras Uche, good morning.
Good morning, Kwambox. I have the problem.
Uh-huh.
Kutoka on Thursday to a party, I'm out of your conversation.
All right. Uche, we are working on it. We will restore that. Okay, Leila, we got to end this conversation right here. Leila, thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. And I know that we have posted your details. I know there's a phone call here. James, good morning.
Hello, Vibes Radio.
Yes, this is Vibes Radio.
James Samanai.
Yes, James, unasemaje?
I want to talk to Leila.
Yes. She can hear you.
I want to ask her some few questions.
Mm-hmm.
For example,
Yes.
you have been puffing, for around 23 years,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a pause. You stopped.
Yeah.
I want to know what kind of medicine can somebody use to vacate that smoke on the mind.
Oh, so you want to break a smoking addiction?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Atakujibu kwa radio.
Yeah.
All right. James there. Leila, I don't know if you heard the question. Leila, did you hear the question?
Yeah, I did. I had the question. What I'll advise him: seek help. Look for a specialist. Seek help. Yeah, because for me, what I'll say, I'm a certified psychological first aider.
Yes.
I'll tell you what it is, but I won't cure you. That is why we are very keen on referring you to specialists.
Yes.
We'll give you the early intervention. We'll help you before you reach in a bad space. But if you're already in a bad space, we always insist, get help. Seek help. That is why we are calling on into specialists, to more psychologists, counselors, therapists to work with us closely. Yeah, because we still need more people, because I believe there are so many people out there who need help.
Yeah.
And reaching out to that help, and the fact that being that we only have 100 psychiatrists in Kenya,
What?
it's a scare. Yes. It's a scare. So seek help before we reach that space. And Kenya Mental Health came because of what happened personally in my life.
Do you mind sharing with us?
Yeah. Briefly. Yeah, so it happened to a close family member. This person disappeared and came back, and we were thinking, what is happening? That was like around 7 to 8 years ago, and it was crazy. And trying to find answers and research, going to the hospital, everything, trying in and out. But later on, it was found out that it was depression. What if we knew the early signs? What if we saw what is happening in him? We could have saved a big lot. But right now, the person is up, very strong. Thank God to all the specialists who came on board.
Yeah.
And it was bad. It was severe because depression moves from mild to severe. So it was already severe because we didn't see. That is why this idea of Kenya Mental Health came to birth.
Right.
Okay, I'm the co-founder and CEO. I'm running it, and my co-founder has been there strong and believed in me and always pushed me to my best.
Leila, there's one more question, I think. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, who are we speaking to?
Rasatur on the line.
Karibu sana, I've seen your tweets. Is there any question you got for Leila?
Yes, no, maybe I just wanted to contribute and maybe just add and maybe contribute to the other caller.
Yes.
What I'd like to tell him is that if he wants to break a habit, I think it's more of mind over matter.
Yeah.
You know, he just needs to put his mind to it. I've seen many people do that. I've had talks with many guys who've also done that. So, I mean, it's mind over matter. It's just about setting his mind, getting into a certain routine. If it's sort of like cutting down, if he was doing 10 sticks, then maybe work on a program and say, this week I'm going to do 5 sticks, next week I'm going to do X number of sticks. If you fail, don't sweat it. Don't worry. Keep resetting it, keep getting at it. And one way, I mean, as long as you plant the seed, you will fight and you can get through to, to get out of it. Yes.
All right.
So it can happen. I've seen many do it. And you can win the battle. Plant the seed in your head. Once you plant the seed, keep working at it. Work on a reduction plan. I've known and I've spoken to guys who've done it. Cold turkey, get other habits that you can get to replace, things you do, probably working out, getting into a gym.
Yeah.
Just get other things that you can do. But plant the seed first. Plant the seed and believe that you can do it. It can be done.
Thank you so much for calling and chiming in. I know James would definitely appreciate that.
Asante sana. Thank you, Leila. Thank you, Sheiks. That's a very good conversation you're having, Kwambox.
Yeah.
Pass my regards to Brian over there.
We appreciate you. Thank
Keep
you so
rocking.
much. Cheers. Leila, I think we can end the conversation there. And thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. Leila.
Yes.
And have a great, great day. And keep doing what you're doing. I know we'll have many more conversations. You are now a friend of Vibes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
And looking forward to more. Thank you.
All right. That was Leila. She is the CEO and one of the founders of Kenya Mental Health First Aid Organization.
Yes.
There's a tweet you wanted to read.
It was by Jadidi. We'll assist him in terms of how he can reach out to Kenya Mental Health First Aid Organization, because he's saying he's having suicidal thoughts and he's been feeling uncomfortable, even if he's tweeting normally. So, he's acting so that his friends think he's normal. But we'll reach out to him on how we can get to Kenya Mental Health First Aid Organization.
And I just want to add MVPs. Look, there's so much negativity in the world. Why does it have to come from you? I mean, there's so many people who have like negative tweets and comments and blah, 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 and blah, blah. I mean, why can't you choose to be positive?
Yeah.
Right? Because imagine your positivity could save a life. Your negativity will definitely kill someone.
Morning Vibes, where you are the MVP. No negative vibes.